YouTube? Back at you again with another video. JC Cowboys Network. You already know what it is. Osa Odighizuwa, the true jack of all trades. A guy that came in here last year and made a difference. So Cowboys Nation, get your popcorn ready and your Debbie snacks, and let's get to it. Osa Odighizuwa, defensive tackle out of UCLA. Coming in at 6'2" and weighing in at 202 pounds. Big boy that is a disruptive athlete. True jack of all trades that is capable of playing defensive end, 1 or the 3 technique. High effort type of player who is a center/guard slayer and the quarterback backbreaker. True missile of an athlete that has the power and quickness to set a new line of scrimmage. Yes, a player that will break you. I'll put it in subtitles. Who has the vision, who makes smart decisions, dominant at everything he does. That's his true ambition. Top dog as a wrestler that had a 91-0 record, who won 3 straight national championships, heavyweight division, body slams, and submissions. Transition back to football where he had the highest pressure rate, only behind Cameron Jordan, Draymond Jones, and Jeffrey Simmons. We're talking about a guy who is an explosive athlete that has a knack for being disruptive. Good swipe moves, top notch, first step with good field awareness. That had a big impact at UCLA as a senior, junior, and a sophomore. Quarterbacks getting shook seeing this dude running at him is almost like seeing a running dinosaur who was one of the faces of UCLA in the gridiron and one of the most unstoppable forces on the defensive line. Thrown on the field early in Dallas due to injuries and still held his own. Instinctive, who has NFL bloodlines. Osa Odighizuwa, a guy that didn't last long in the NFL, but hopefully Osa is here to change that narrative. Let's get to it, Cowboys Nation. Osa Odighizuwa was a dominant player coming out of UCLA. A guy that was a quality pass rusher and had the length and long arms to hold his own in the run game. From what I saw on tape, this player has a great stab move. The better pass rushers in the NFL, whether it be 3 techniques or defensive ends, they understand hand placement, and that is one of the most important traits to being successful in the NFL and having a great pass rush. Gaining leverage and learning how to disengage from the blockers to get to the ball carrier. And this player does that, and you have to credit his wrestling background. This player is able to play a lot of different positions, but coming to Dallas, I would like to see him play more 3 technique in Dan Quinn's scheme in the 4-3, because getting interior pressure and allowing your linebackers and all of the other players to make plays is very important, because it blows timing off of the offense and your turnover rate skyrockets. Going to UCLA, this player was a top-notch football player, and he also tried doing track for 1 year, which shows that he wanted to ramp up his athleticism. And also being one of the most dominant heavyweight wrestlers, a guy that had a reputation of bullying opponents and making his presence known. And that's what we need for this defense, Cowboys Nation, if we're going to take that next step for sure. He's a guy that really started off very well in the preseason last year. With Neville Gallimore getting hurt, he was thrown into the fire quickly. So he ended the season with 30 tackles, 15 solo tackles, 6 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks, and 11 quarterback hits. So he really made an impact, but there's always room to grow, and he has a big opportunity to do that this year. Some of this player's weaknesses are, you can see that he can be more consistent as a run defender. Sometimes he gets knocked off the ball and washed out of plays. So being more stout at the point of attack is critical, especially if this guy want to stay on the field and make an impact in year 2. Coming in at 280 pounds last year, he was a little bit of a tweener, but I'm hearing good things about his nutrition plan, and he's trying to bulk up right now to get to about 290, 295 pounds. And that's all good as long as he keeps his speed, and he'll be good to go. What's crazy about the whole situation with Osa was He was never the starter from the beginning. It was Neville Gallimore. But Neville Gallimore ended up being injured and he had to get surgery on his elbow. So Osa started for like the first 8 games of the season, but he hit a rookie wall in the middle of the season. So my thing for him is he's going to have to pick up where he left off from the beginning of the season and come into his second season and take off, because it's critical for this team. It's going to be good to see the battle between him and Zach Martin this training camp. Going against a future Hall of Famer like Zach Martin, that's just what the doctor ordered for this player. Get in there, find ways to win reps, and build confidence going into the regular season. It's going to be huge for Osa. I think that this player could truly be a good player for the Dallas Cowboys. He's going to have to stay focused, get in there with the defensive line coach, Dan Quinn, keep learning the scheme. You have to be a sponge when it comes to Dan Quinn's offense. He has the strength, he has the wrestling background, he has the length, and he has the attitude to get it done. So I believe in this guy, and we're going to see how this guy does in training camp, especially against guys like Zach Martin, going against guys like Tyron Smith if he's ever at the 5 technique, wherever he's at, defensive end, 1 technique, 3 technique. He needs to be going up against top tier players because iron sharpens iron, all right? So we're going to keep our eye on him and see how he play out. So make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe so y'all can come vibe. You already know what it is. Gone.